Welcome to the Minnesota Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within a week at strivescan.com/Minnesota. And now I'd like to turn it over to our presenters. And first up is Bethel University.
Hello. Thank you guys for being here today. Let me try and share my presentation. Oh. All right, so welcome. I'm here to talk about Bethel University. I'm one of the admissions counselors and my name is Hallie. So just to kind of give you some general information about Bethel. So we're a small, private, Christian, liberal arts university. We're located in Arden Hills, Minnesota, technically in St. Paul suburbs. So we're actually 10 minutes from both Minneapolis and St. Paul. So location's pretty awesome. Along with that, we're located right on a lake. We've got 300 acres of land, and so it's a really nice nature preserve. So it's kind of like you're close to the city and have access to all of it, but you're not actually in the city, which is kind of nice. I like to say it's the best of both worlds. We offer over 100 different majors. We have 18 varsity athletic teams. I competed in cross country and track, so I'm biased. I think it's the best. And when it comes to enrollment, we've got about 4,500 undergrads roughly, or total, and then 2,500 undergrads. Students we've got from almost all 50 states and 22 different countries. So it's a very diverse school, and that's kind of just the general information. Go to the next slide. Okay, so academic life. So top academic areas are business, engineering, nursing and health sciences, and education. We're really leading the way in the pre-med field. We've got a lot of different pathways for the medical field. We also have the healthcare endorsement, which is just a great way to kind of add a healthcare focus to any major. So we've got a lot of partners there. A lot of students end up working for Medtronic, 3M, Boston Scientific, and a lot of the different med tech companies, along with in the hospital settings as doctors and nurses. Our student to faculty ratio is 12:1. So it means that we've got smaller class sizes and just kind of have that intimate learning environment. Anywhere from 16 to 18 students is our average class size. When it comes to study abroad, we're actually nationally ranked in the top 10 universities in the US to study abroad. So we've got 30 different programs run by Bethel. We also have a lot of affiliate programs that we partner with. So Bethel, one of our requirements is a cross-cultural experience. A lot of our students will get that just from studying abroad. And so that's something that we like to encourage our students to do. 99% of Bethel graduates are in higher education or job related to their field. And so within 6 months of graduation, we've just got a really great job placement rate. And honestly, a lot of our students are recruited before they even graduate. So I know when I was graduating for Bethel, it's like been 5 years, and I didn't actually work at Bethel right after, but I actually had a job lined up. Didn't even have to leave campus. So pretty sweet. So like I said before, we're a Christian university. So we encourage you to grow in your faith and make it your own. It's not just a cookie cutter, everyone does the same things, but we have a lot of tools available to you. So we've got chapel, although it's not required. It's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We've got a lot of different Bible studies like Shift. Vespers is a student-led worship every Sunday night. So plenty of opportunities to gather and just have that kind of community together, grow in your faith. It's just a great place if you want to have a solid education, but also grow in your faith, as that's really important and integrated within all of our aspects at Bethel. So why would someone want to study at Bethel? There's a lot of great schools out there, and I'm not going to say we're the best, although I'm biased and think we are. It's all about finding the right fit. And so we don't like to tell people what to think, but we really teach them how to think critically, how to think about how does this job relate to your gifts and talents, and how can you be using that. You want to be in a community that cares a lot about you. So you're going to get to know your peers, but also your professors. I know for me, I was invited to a number of different professors' houses. So it was a really personal experience. It wasn't just checking something off the list, but it was really just growing in relationships with people, which has really served me well. And we really want to be salt and light. So we want to preserve the good while reflecting on the light of Christ. want to add to where you are and have joy shine through. So Bethel is just really good at really sharpening people's skills and really calling them to just a really good community. And last but not least, next steps. So we'd encourage you to come visit if you want to learn more about Bethel. We've been open 100% all year, so we've not shut down due to COVID. It's pretty awesome to be able to offer on-campus visits Monday through Friday, so it can work within your schedule. You can go to bethel.edu to register for your visit. We've got in-person, but we also have virtual if you would prefer to do that. So we want to meet you where you're at. If you can come to campus, obviously we'd encourage that. We'll feed you lunch, give you a tour, have you set up individual meetings. But otherwise, whatever works best for you and your schedule. So that's kind of the overview of Bethel. Hopefully I didn't go over my time, but thank you guys for listening.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And our next presenter is from North Hennepin Community College.
Hi everyone, my name is Maddie Chuba, and like Matt said, I'm from North Hennepin Community College right here in the Twin Cities. If you have any questions throughout or have questions afterwards, please reach out to us. Our admissions email and phone number is right there on that first slide. And with that, I'll get started. Some fun facts about North Hennepin. We are part of the Minnesota state system. So a part of this system, there are 30 community and technical colleges, as well as 7 state universities. And this makes it really easy for our students to transfer, but it's also the most cost-effective for school tuition across the state of Minnesota. Like I said, we are located in Brooklyn Park, so really great locally centered to the Twin Cities, as well as central Minnesota. We do serve just under 10,000 students, and 68% of our students attend part-time. So once we do get to go back on campus, it'll feel a lot smaller because 10,000 students can seem like a big institution. But with our online and hybrid offerings, it will seem a lot smaller. Our average class size on campus is 21 students. So again, that one-on-one feel with your professors, but also you really get to know your peers as well. Our average student age is 25, so a little non-traditional compared to some of your university settings right out of high school. At North Hennepin, we offer over 30 associate degree programs, variety kits, which we will go over. This is a full list of all of our associate degrees. It is a lot, and it's a great option for our students who have interest in a variety of different areas. The bold with stars next to them are some of our more popular programs. So our liberal arts, business, criminal justice, computer science, and nursing is probably our most popular. Any degree that you see with a TP next to it means transfer pathway, and these are great programs set up. We have articulations and partnerships with four-year universities that all of these credits will directly transfer into. So you're saving a ton of money before transferring into that four-year university. And then our certificate programs. These are great to build on previous experience if you're already in a working field and you need that extra resume boost, or you just have extra interest in different types of areas outside of your program. All of our certificate degrees are 30 credits or less, so they're great short-term programs for our students. One of our most popular certificate programs is our ASL, or American Sign Language Certificate. Another awesome opportunity at North Hennepin, we do have partnerships with these four-year universities where you can earn a bachelor's degree without leaving North Hennepin's campus. So each of the institutions have different majors that they offer for this program, but again, an awesome opportunity if you are local and would like to stay in the Twin Cities, but receive your bachelor's program from one of these 4 schools. We do also offer a variety of resources and support for our students that are free for you to utilize at any time. So this is a full list of student support. Academic advising is probably the first one that you will get to be introduced to. You'll be you'll meet one-on-one with an advisor that is major specific to you, and they will help you if you're interested in transferring. We have transfer advisors, but also working on a graduation plan to make sure that you are the most successful during your time. Access services, if you have an IEP or a documented disability, they provide resources inside and outside the classroom. Our Career and Counseling Center is one that I will emphasize the most. Counseling services are especially unique to us and super important in this time right now. We have counselors and social workers on staff, and they are, again, free for you to meet with at any time. They are being able to be offered virtually in this world right now. If you need career assistance or you're looking for internships, need help with resume reviews, our Workforce Innovation Center is an awesome opportunity for our students to utilize as well. We do have computer labs open on campus right now if you ever need to utilize those, and they are free for our students to use. Food services, we do have coffee shops, cafeteria. We also have a food shelf and food cupboard through our community connections that will donate food. If you ever need any type of resources or supplies, you can definitely check that out. We also have a health clinic on campus for our students. If you show your student ID, they will provide free services for you. We partner with the Fairview Health Clinic, so that's an awesome resource. Tutoring services are being offered virtually as well. We have peer and professional tutors, a math resource center, a writing resource center, so everything to help you become a successful student and go out into the workforce. We also provide student life and ways for our students to get involved. So we have over 27 clubs and organizations that vary based on hobbies and recreation. We do have clubs for performing arts, offer galleries. They also host speakers and workshops. And then our diverse credit, we charge per credit. So if you attend each semester. If you are interested in learning more information with faculty or staff, we do have a virtual open house coming up on RSVP and get more information and see who will. If you do have any other.
Thank you, Maddie. Our next presentation is from Northern Illinois University.
Okay, I'll go ahead and share my screen for you all. Okay, my name is Betty. I am a freshman admissions counselor with Northern Illinois University. My pronouns are she, her, and hers, and I'll be sharing some information about our campus. So those of you who may not be familiar with where we are located in DeKalb, Illinois. DeKalb is about an hour west of Chicago. We're about 6 hours from Minnesota. So if you're in that area, not too far, but still close enough to be accessible. We are a mid-sized school. We have about 17,000 students, both on campus and off campus with some of our online programs. We are a small town feel with big city access. So again, we do have access to Chicago, but there's a lot of resources on campus in DeKalb for our students. Our average class size is about 24, and our ratio for student to faculty is about 16:1. NIU is a Division I sports school. We are a part of the Mid-American Conference, or the MAC conference. Our big sports are football, basketball, gymnastics, wrestling, soccer, and volleyball. They do offer full scholarships for those programs and also partial scholarships. So if you're looking to play any of those sports, but we also do have intramural and club sports if you're looking to play on a less competitive level. At NIU, we have over 100 different areas of study in our 6 undergraduate colleges. We have everything from STEM fields all the way to visual and performing arts. For our programs, they are accredited in business, engineering, nursing, visual and performing arts, and teaching. We were actually founded as Illinois State Normal School, which is a school for teachers. But some of our interesting majors that we have are meteorology, medical laboratory scientists. We do have biomedical and mechatronics engineering, nonprofit and NGO studies, and also fashion merchandising is some of our interesting programs. But we do have everything in between. If you're looking for any particular programs, we're happy to share more information there. At NIU, we are a top tier research institution. So you can get started with research as soon as your freshman year, a part of our Research Rookies program. Research Rookies is a paid opportunity. So at the end of your research program, you do get paid for that experience. So you get that networking, professional development, in addition to having a paired faculty member who works with you on research that you do care about. Our staff and our faculty care about our students and what you are particularly interested in. So there's lots of resources to be able to engage with them and also utilize some of their networks that they do come with teaching on our campus. At NIU, we have several different cultural resource centers, which I think is something really unique to NIU. We have about 45% students of different racial and ethnic backgrounds, and these cultural resource centers have been a lot of folks' home away from home. They provide academic resources, mentorship programs, study abroad, and also just a place to hang out and relate with other folks. We are also one of the few communities in the state of Illinois that has an office specifically for undocumented student support. And that office was advocated by our students and created for our students as well. At NIU, we have over 300 different student organizations on campus, everything from Greek fraternities and sororities to service organizations, social organizations, and academic and professional honor societies. You can also create your own student organization if you would like to. You would just need 4 students and 1 faculty member. But some of the organizations that we have are our esports club, our chess club, tennis club, our LGBTQIA organization, and Women's and Genders Association as well. Living on campus, students at NIU are required to live on campus the first year. These are some of the options that you do have. We have everything from single rooms to double rooms, small suites, and also cluster style. But you also do have the option to pick and choose which residence hall and which floor you would like to live on. You also can bring a car to campus if you do have a car and want to have that accessibility to be able to move around. But we do have buses that will be able to take you to all academic spaces, residence halls, and the community surrounding DeKalb. If you're looking to apply to NIU, we do have our application available at niu.edu, or we are also available on the Common App. We do not have any application fees for application, so you don't have to worry about paying for that. We would just require your official high school transcripts and your submitted application. Applications for fall 2021 are due August 1st. At NIU, you do not have to submit any test scores. We are test free, which means that if you do apply with the 3.0 GPA or higher, you'd be automatically admitted to NIU, no questions asked. At NIU, we have offered more than $19 million in our scholarships, and 80% of our students do receive financial aid. So that has been a big determining factor for our students to be able to attend. We also do not have any out-of-state tuition. So all students pay the same rates regardless of where you live and where you're coming from. You don't have to worry about paying an additional amount because you are a student from another state. Speaking of tuition, this is our cost breakdown. So this is the total amount for the full year. NIU is about $23,000 for the year with tuition and room and board included. And for any international students, we're about $32,000 for the year. And this is before any financial aid is applied as well. And then finally, this is our merit scholarship matrix. So if you're applying to NIU with a 3.0 GPA or higher, you would be automatically considered for these amounts. And they are renewable each year. So if you would like to continue that, you would just need to maintain your 2.75 GPA. And finally, you can find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. And then our admissions email and phone number is there below. Thank you all for joining us.
Excellent. Thanks so much. And our next presentation is from Purdue University. You're still muted. Megan, you're muted.
Thank you. A little bit about Purdue. We're a large public university in West Lafayette, Indiana. We're about an hour north of Indianapolis and about 2.5 hours south of Chicago. We have about 35,000 total undergraduate students, so a large, diverse campus community. About half of our students hail from the state of Indiana. About 35% are from states outside of Indiana. All 50 states are represented. And then the rest is made up of our international student population with over 120 countries represented on our campus. So students come from everywhere at Purdue. Our campus community really is a college town. So if you take a look at these pictures in the top left-hand corner, that's our Myers pedestrian bridge. There's a river that separates us and our neighboring community of Lafayette, Indiana. So the river separates us, but the bridge connects us. We have festivals throughout the year, farmers markets that happen on our campus as well. So a lot of ways that you really get to enjoy kind of that campus community. We truly are a college town. Our students take advantage of lots of academic opportunities. I won't tell you about every one of these students, but the one I'll mention briefly is Charlotte Tuttle. She's second from the left there in the NPR t-shirt. She's the first from her family to go to college. She was a student in our Brian Lamb School of Communication, where she did our degree in 3 program. Many majors at Purdue can be done in 3 years. When she graduated from Purdue, she got a job back at NPR. She works at our on-campus NPR affiliate, and she had worked with NPR throughout her time as an undergraduate. So lots of opportunities for our students to be engaged in academic hands-on experiences. We have a really robust Center for Career Opportunities. It's been ranked the 3rd best career service center in the country. So we're really proud of what it offers students. We have over 35 career fairs every year that happen at Purdue, including the largest student-run career fair in the country, which historically brings over 400 corporate recruiters to campus or to Zoom if it's 2020. And so just a lot of ways for our students to engage and network with corporate recruiters, not only for full-time employment, but also internship and co-op experiences as well. Also part of our Center for Career Opportunities is our pre-professional advising office. Lots of students who come to Purdue plan to go on to graduate or professional school. So we really have this second layer of advising that assists students throughout that process. We have over 1,000 clubs and organizations, so we're a big place. So you probably would expect that we would have lots of opportunities for students to be involved on campus. We don't have a music major, so fun fact for you, but many opportunities for our students to pursue music at Purdue: marching band, jazz band, pep band, concert band, orchestras, vocal ensembles. We are about 20% Greek if you're interested in Greek life. And then, of course, fun clubs and organizations, as well as those associated with our academic programs. We do have about 200 majors in 11 academic colleges and schools. I'll spare you from telling you about each one of those, but we are most well known, of course, for our College of Engineering. However, I like to tell students that we have about 180 majors that are not engineering. So lots of majors that you can study at the university. You apply to Purdue using the common application. We do a holistic review when we review applications, meaning we look at everything you provide in your application for admission to consider you. Within that holistic review, an important piece of that process is considering you specifically for the major that you're interested in studying. So all majors at Purdue are direct admit. For example, you want to study nursing, you apply directly to nursing. If you're offered admission, you begin in nursing right away. So you do apply, and if admitted, are admitted directly into the major that you've applied to. We do have just a couple important deadlines for students to be aware of. August 1st of your senior year is when the application will go live. That November 1st is our early action deadline. So we encourage students to apply by that date. It ensures that you're fully considered for merit-based scholarships. Our honors college, it's also a priority deadline for computer science, professional flight, nursing, and veterinary nursing if you're interested in any of those majors. Students who apply by November 1st, in addition to being fully considered for all of the things listed here, you'll get your admission decision on January 15th. January 15th is also our regular decision application deadline, and students will be notified by the end of March of regular decisions. And then a little bit about the total cost of attendance and financial aid. Purdue is, as a public institution in the state of Indiana, we do have differential fees for students from out of state and international students. However, we have frozen tuition for 10 consecutive years. So our president and leadership on campus is ultra committed to making Purdue as affordable as possible, as evidenced here by the frozen tuition for a number of years on campus. And then finally, information about visiting us. We are offering a limited number of in-person visit opportunities at Purdue. We've been doing that for a number of months now. And then we have many virtual opportunities for you to explore as well. So definitely feel free to check out our visit website, and I will put our contact information in the chat. Thanks for being here this evening. It was good to chat with all of you.
Great, thank you so much, Megan. Our next presentation is from St. Louis University.
All right, I think I was able to successfully share my screen. Hello, everyone. My name is Lainey Arnold. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm here on behalf of St. Louis University. I am one of the admission counselors here, and I work specifically with all of the students from the fine state of Minnesota. So thank you all for being here. Now let's get into it. So I like to start by covering some of the fast facts. So St. Louis University is a medium-sized Catholic Jesuit institution with just over 8,000 undergraduate students. When you include our law school, our medical school, and our other graduate programs, we have about 12,500 students total. And we are ranked as a top 50 Catholic college. We have two campuses. The first and main campus is, I think, quite obviously in St. Louis, Missouri. And then our second campus is in Madrid, Spain. We like to call it SLU Madrid. We are the second oldest Jesuit university, founded back in 1818, and we were the first university west of the Mississippi. And just to speak a little bit about location, while we are technically have an urban campus, we do have that traditional campus feel. So I like to describe it as we have a traditional college campus that just happens to be plopped in the middle of Midtown St. Louis. So what does it mean to be a Jesuit institution? For those of you that aren't familiar, there are 27 Jesuit universities across the United States. The Jesuits are the largest order within the Catholic Church, and there are a lot of values that go along with Jesuit education. So some of the big ones that we talk about the most are this idea of cura personalis, the Latin word, and it means care for the whole person. So we're really trying to meet all of our students where they are academically, spiritually, socially, and help you grow into the best version of yourself. The Jesuits are also known for their commitment to service and social justice. So you'll see on the screen that our community is really committed to service and really trying to leverage our gifts and talents and use them for the benefit of others. And I'll also note that while we are Catholic, we are home to all faiths and non-faiths. So if you're not Catholic, you can definitely still be a Billiken. Okay, so academically, we have 90 undergraduate programs across all different disciplines. All of our majors are direct entry, and some of our most popular are physical therapy, biology, accounting, business, aerospace engineering, communication, nursing, flight science, you name it, we probably have it. Our nursing, occupational therapy, and physical therapy programs are direct entry only, whereas other programs you can transfer into if you change your mind. And fun fact, the average college student will change their major. So it's very, very common. All of our majors have hands-on learning opportunities, and that's going to look different depending on what you're studying. So you might be doing an internship at one of the 9 Fortune 500 companies here in St. Louis. You might be doing clinicals within our School of Nursing or physical therapy. You might be doing research. We are a top research university. So we have the classification of higher or highest by the Carnegie Foundation. So students can start research as early as freshman year. And we recognize that these hands-on learning experiences are super valuable, and that is what helps catapult students into real jobs post-graduation. Now, we also recognize that not all of your learning is going to happen in the classroom. A lot of it is going to happen outside of the classroom, and so I think it's important to talk about. When students ask me what students at SLU like to do, I tell them that our students are AND students. So they are involved in the Student Government Association, and they're involved in an a cappella group. They are a part of Greek life, and they play intramural sports. So you name what you want to do in your free time, and you're going to be able to do that, ranging from athletics to fraternities, sororities, multicultural organizations, affinity groups, service opportunities, faith-based opportunities. Again, you name it, we have it. And as mentioned earlier, we do have a campus in Madrid, Spain, and study abroad is pretty huge at SLU. About 60% of our students study abroad at some point in their time in college. And if you don't want to go to SLU Madrid, we do have partner programs across the world on every continent except for Antarctica. So I tell people that if you really love penguins, then you can go to the St. Louis Zoo, and the zoo is free. So very convenient. Now, hopefully we're excited about the potential of becoming a Billiken. We need a couple things from you. So the first thing is an application. You can apply either straight through our website or through the Common App. Both are completely free. So if you're already using the Common App, just send us your application. We'll need an official high school transcript. If you're an international student, then we do require you to demonstrate English proficiency. Things listed under number 4 are things that we recommend but aren't required. So that might be letters of recommendation. I usually say 2 is the perfect amount. A resume, an interview with your admission counselor like myself. That's just a chance for us to connect. Right now we're doing those virtually. Usually they happen in the fall. And it's a time to really get to know you as a student, get to know you as a person, figure out what makes you light up, what gets you excited. Those are things that we want to know. And then as you can see, we are a test optional. So it's super exciting for us. If you have a test score that you feel really confident about, then you can send it our way, but you do not have to, it's not required. And then lastly, I would definitely encourage you to check out our website. There's a ton of information on there. Come do a virtual visit, come on campus and do an in-person visit, and I will drop my contact info in the chat. So thank you so much for being here.
Great, thanks so much. And our final presentation for this session is from the University of Strathclyde, Scotland.
Thank you. Hi there, I'm Shannon from the University of Strathclyde in Glasgow, Scotland, which is in the United Kingdom. So you have to cross the pond to get to us, but it's absolutely worth it. The university itself is located in the heart of the city centre of Glasgow. Glasgow is the largest city in Scotland and the 3rd largest in the UK, so lots happening at any given time. We're very well known for music, so whether it's traditional Scottish music, pop music, rock music, lots of different genres are always happening in the city. And we've got lots of different legendary venues that people know from all around the world. And if there's an American band visiting the UK, they usually come to Glasgow. The city itself has 6 different universities, so it's very student orientated with lots of discounts for students in cafes and pubs and shops and things like that. Glasgow has also on several different polls been voted one of the friendliest cities in the world. The only problem in Glasgow is people talk to you probably way too much. So they'll get starting to talk to you and then they just won't want to leave you alone. They're very chatty. Here's some pretty pictures just of Glasgow. As you can see, we've got a lot of history in the city, and we've also got a lot of green space. We're one of the greenest cities in the UK. The campus itself is, like I said, located just in the heart of the city centre. But the nice thing about it is quite contained. So you can walk around the whole campus in about 15 minutes. The student accommodation is located right in the middle of the campus, so you're never more than a 5 or 10 minute walk to any of your classes. And we're very centrally placed for Queen Street Station and Central Station, which are the 2 main train stations in the city. From there, you can hop on a train and get to Edinburgh, the capital city, in 45 minutes. You can go up to the Scottish Highlands. You can go down to London in 4 hours, Manchester, Birmingham in 3 hours. So lots of opportunities to explore Scotland and the UK in general as well. Just another pretty picture, an aerial view of our campus, and the area where all the steps are is actually becoming even greener as we speak. We're doing some major landscaping on campus, so there'll be lots of lovely places for students to hang out in the sunshine. So the university was founded back in 1796, and its very motto is the place of useful learning. And that means that while you're getting the theory behind all of the subjects that you're studying, you're also very much learning all the skills that you need to apply in the real world once you begin to work. And in fact, the majority of our degree programs were put together with consultation for different companies and career routes, so that we're teaching you all those necessary skills. The university is a middle-sized university, about 22,000 students overall and about 15,000 undergraduate students. We have students from 100 different countries, so very diverse, but we're also very much a Scottish university. So you won't be short of meeting lots of Scottish people and going home with them for different holidays that you might have while studying in the UK. If you look at the US News and World Report for rankings in the US, then a good source in the UK would be the Times Higher Education resource. And we were voted University of the Year in the UK, both in 2019 and 2012, the only UK university to win this award. We do actually have a long tradition of welcoming American students to our campus. We have over 100 American students at various levels studying on the campus just now. But the founder of the university, John Anderson, used to accompany Benjamin Franklin when he came to Scotland. So we've been welcoming Americans for a very long time. We are divided into 4 faculties, or colleges, as you probably call them in the US: engineering, science, humanities, and social sciences, and our Strathclyde Business School, which is triple accredited, one of only 1% of the universities in the world to be triple accredited. We have over 200 different degree programs, so combined degrees or double majors, as you might call them, or single degrees as well. And our undergraduate degrees are 4 years, just like in the US. We also have integrated master's degrees, which involve a 4-year undergraduate degree with a then further year to make it an integrated master's. These are offered in engineering and in science. In terms of pricing then, we're quite competitive with US universities. The degrees range from about $22,000 to $31,000. The cost of living in Glasgow, again, is quite affordable when you compare it to other UK cities. And we have a range of accommodation available on the city, and there's also lots of private accommodation very near the campus as well. We do offer a number of different scholarships that students can apply for, either as part of the application process or once they've been made an offer. And we are FAFSA accredited as well. In terms of our facilities, we've just renovated our Strath Sport Center, so it's pretty fantastic, right on par with what US universities offer. We've got our student union with 100 different clubs, on-campus housing, and lots of different support services as well. Check out our USA web pages, and my contact details are below, but I'll also put my information in the chat. Thanks very much.
Excellent. Thank you to all of our presenters. We now have time for a few questions. So I'd ask all of our presenters to come back on camera and answer in the order that you presented. And the question is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
Hi.
So we'll start.
Sorry, I'm having some difficulty. My advice going through the college search process would be just get on campuses. I think, especially after hearing presentations today, each school has a lot of different things to offer. And the more you can get on campuses, the more confident you can be and just making a decision that's the best fit for you. Because you can hear all you want, but until you see it and actually get a feel for the university in person for yourself, it's really hard to make a decision. So that'd be my piece of advice.
And I think the next is Maddie from North Hennepin Community College.
Yeah, like Hallie had kind of said, fit is a big piece, but also just knowing your options. So you're never stuck with just one option. And that's what we're here to help guide you along the way. So if you ever are thinking you're in a class and you want to do something different, or you have a major change, that is totally fine. And just know that we're here to support you along the way.
I think my piece of advice would be to ask questions. As a first generation student, you sometimes don't know what to ask or who to ask, but definitely ask any question that you think is important to you, and make sure that you're getting those particular questions asked in a way that's helpful. So that's my big piece of advice.
I would say that it's important to think about kind of how you're going to go to college rather than where you go. A lot of times, students get hung up on the name of the institution without realizing that it's the experience they're going to have in the 4 years that they're at the institution that's really going to make the impact. So there's a lot of things written about this. If you're a student who really wants to dig into this concept, Purdue actually did research on it many years ago, but I think thinking about where you're personally really going to fit rather than the name that's most exciting to you or to those in your family, I think is really important. You're only going to be successful at the place that you ultimately want to be and can find success once you get there.
Yeah, these are some great tips. I'm going to come in with a little bit of a more practical tip, less theoretical. Take time over the summer to start working on your essays and start working on your Common App. If you are applying using the Common App, just take some time to start doing that stuff, because I promise that senior year rolls around and it gets busy. So take the time that you have over the summer, make yourself a weekly date to write a little bit or reflect a little bit or work on your resume and do those things so that you don't feel like you're totally behind when the fall rolls around.
Now I'm going to maybe cheat just a little bit, but just to help any students out who are thinking about applying to the UK, we do have a common application form in the UK that has every single UK university on it, and it's called the UCAS form. So you can use this application to apply to up to 5 UK universities. And I'll just put the website for that in the chat for any students interested in the UK.
Excellent. So I believe we have time for one more question. And that is going to be, what is your favorite event or tradition on campus?
Wow, putting us on the spot. Let's see. I would say, honestly, one of my favorite events on campus would be, decision between Welcome Week or Homecoming Week. I'd say Welcome Week. I think Bethel does a really good job of just welcoming students into campus. We've got a group of students who actually volunteer to move back to campus early, cut their summer short, and actually unload all the cars and freshman stuff into their dorms. So when a freshman rolls up on campus for the first time, ready to move in, their cars can be unloaded and everything's in their room within 5 minutes, which I think is really cool. So there's a lot of energy. I'm sure others supposed to do something similar, but that's probably my favorite tradition.
So at a community college, we don't have, I guess, your traditional events or activities that you would get at a four-year university, but each month, like I said, a lot of our offices put on different types of events or workshops. So one of my favorite in the fall is our county fair that Student Life and Diversity puts on, and it's for all students, but also welcomes all faculty and staff as well. So it's just a great relaxing event to get to know each other, explore different resources around campus in a very informal way, and win some cool prizes as well. So lots of that each month that you'll see at a community college.
I would say for me, I didn't go to homecoming. So I think homecoming is a big thing on campus. That's my favorite. But actually NIU is in the middle of a cornfield and we actually have Corn Fest. So if you are interested to figure out what that is and how interesting it is, I recommend going to Corn Fest. It's a good time.
So I'm going to say a tradition that I don't normally say, but this year it was like in full force. So we have a large hill on our campus. It's called Slater Hill, which I think is pretty unique. If any of you are familiar with Purdue or even really Indiana in general, we're relatively flat, but we have this huge hill kind of in the middle of campus. And when there's snow, students sled down it, of course, on like all the things that you can imagine. So like mattresses that go down the hill, and like car hoods go down the hill, couch went down the hill this winter. So that's our tradition that students don't get to usually experience like every year if we don't get enough snow. But this year, probably like many of you, we got plenty of snow for our students to get to enjoy that Purdue tradition.
These are so fun. So one of the traditions at SLU that I really love is it's every Friday. We do Java with the Jesuits at our clock tower on campus. So our clock tower is kind of the middle of campus. It's like a central meeting point. And the Jesuits at our campus will have free coffee and free donuts. And I don't know about you, but free is my favorite word. And it's just a time to have some connection with other students and get to know each other and chat and free donuts. So I love Java with the Jesuits. It's every Friday.
I think on our campus, the best week is probably Freshers Week. So the first week that all the students arrive on campus, and there's all kinds of events. The week is just absolutely jam-packed. But there's a big clubs and societies fair where you can find out all the different clubs and societies. There's lots going on in the student union, which has lots of pubs and restaurants in it. And then because we're in the city center of Glasgow, there's just tons going on in the city as well. So it kind of jumpstarts the academic year and gets everybody who's new to the campus and to the city involved.
Excellent. Well, thank you all for your responses. We are out of time, so I want to say thank you for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a very quick 4-question survey, and we do appreciate your feedback. This is one of many sessions happening as part of this college fair, so do please sign up for additional sessions. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as others at strivescan.com/Minnesota. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evenings.